Alright, I've had a lot of folks asking about the older servos with the sealed cases, having questions on how to open those up. Today I'm going to show you how to do that. This is a sealed servo assembly off of a 98 Grizzly 600. 98 to 2001 is what you'll find these on. You can replace a motor in them. You just have to do a little bit more work. There's really nothing to it. As you can see, I've got a couple things laid out here. And once you get this thing open, I've did probably 10 or 15 of these, and I've seen them 2 or 3 different ways. So I'm going to go over each way that you'd go about replacing a new motor in them. First thing you want to do, as you can see, I've already cut around the case here just for time purposes. But first thing you'd want to do is I use a hacksaw. You can use just a blade with some vice grips if you don't have this little holder. But there's a seam. You can see the seam where I've already cut it. You just want to go right down the middle of it. And once you cut it open, you want to be careful. You want to make sure you go all the way through. Especially right here, you kind of got to angle down a little bit to get in there to cut that part. But just go all the way around on it. And then I just have you could use a regular old kitchen butter knife or a screwdriver or anything. You can get in there and just kind of work it slow, work it around. Once you get it to open up, that's what you'll find. You set that piece aside, and you're looking at it here. This is 2-wheel drive mode. As you can see, this white thing here is butted up. Try not to turn this if you can help it, just to keep things in time. You can go ahead and pull this one gear out and set it aside. You see it's got another gear attached to the bottom of it right here. You can go ahead and just set that aside. Here's the motor and the worm gear. Go ahead and pull it out. Take the worm gear, set it aside. Pull the motor out. As you can see in this one, there's wires attached to it. Now some of these you'll get lucky. Some of them that I've done, you can take you a small pair of needle nose and pull these male spades out. And here's a new motor, and you just plug them right into there, just like so, and insert it back. And that's the easiest ones to do. This one, unfortunately, I don't have that opportunity because, as you can see, they're soldered in there. So you have to do this one a little different. But like I said, I'm going to show you. There's 2 other ways, that being one of them. If that comes off, you can put those spade terminals in there. That's the easiest way. The second way is going to be, take you a small screwdriver, pry back on these tabs on this little motor, take this end piece off of it. You can't hurt it. I mean, it's trash anyway, so if you break it, you break it. You set that aside. You can see little brushes in here. Basically, what you want to do is just cut this away. See how that piece popped off right there? Just cut that away till you can get, I know it's hard to see there, but I'll get in closer there. See how the piece popped off? You want to get working to get these out of here basically. See, that one's popped out. And that one's popped out. Now, once you get those out, just go ahead and take your little side cutters and cut those brushes off. You want to cut that where you can get it to fit down in the new motor. There you go. There's your terminals. And you want to remember how it come out. That's how it come out. It was just like that. So on your new motor, you want to put it in just like it come out. So you're going to put this one here. You're going to plug it in like so. Plug it in. See how I plugged that in? It's just plugged in there. And you go ahead, put your worm gear back on. Snap right back in. So once you get that in, you want to take this gear will come out also. You can just take that gear out, stick it right there in the hole. Again, being careful not to turn this big assembly. You want to come in and see how that one's cut out on that side and not on that side. That goes down, fits down over this gear. You may have to push this down because it'll come up on you. It's kind of tricky, but just work with it till you get it. See, there it is. It basically meshes with that worm gear. Once you get that in there, I always take this black piece and just put it back on there just so it holds it securely in with the other side of the case. Once you get that in, just go ahead and you got a little dowel here. Want to make sure you're getting that lined up. There, it's snapped together. At this point, what I do is I take some plastic epoxy. I just picked this up at Walmart. Pick this up, mix it together. It's 2-part epoxy. Mix it up and coat it around here, around the edges. Try not to get a whole lot of extra inside there. You don't want to get that on that worm gear or anything. But coat the edges real good on it. And what I do is take some small vice grips and I just go around the edge of it and I let it set overnight. And back watertight. It's good to go. That was the second way of doing it. Wasn't much to it. I'm going to show you the third way. If for some reason you can't get those things to cut as easily as I did, something breaks here, you can take your side cutter pliers and just cut that end off right there. And then you can see I just have some regular terminals here, and what I do is cut one side off like so, and take and cut this part back also, just because you're limited on room in there. You can hear that flying, so watch your eyeball. But after you get it down, if you can, get all that blue off, but just for purposes here, you'll understand what I'm saying. Once these are cut off, just take your old wire crimpers, just crimp this on this red wire and crimp this on this white wire, and again just insert it in the motor. You can bend these if you need to. See, bend it down, get it out of the way. There's a little divot there you can see in the case where they'll fit down inside. And that's the third way to do it. And like I said, once you get everything back together, just epoxy it, vice grips, clamp it overnight, let it set for at least 12 hours. You're good to go.